Welcome to Lunch Break Reviews. Each episode, we unpack something from our lunch, whether it's a main course like a movie, TV show, or comic, or a side dish like a trailer or a hot rumor. We check out who prepared the meal, see what others are saying about it, and then take a bite ourselves, breaking it down with the lunch break point system. I'm Bradley Buchan, the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome. No time to waste. Let's open up this brown bag and see what's on the menu today. That's right, and we have Absolute Green Lantern #1. I've been excited for this for a while now. Green Lantern is one of my favorite superheroes, especially in the DC world. I'm looking forward to an Absolute Green Arrow as well. And so I read Martian Manhunter, I read Flash. I wasn't super impressed by either one of those, but this one I did like a lot. So let's go ahead and talk about the creatives here for a second. This is written by Al Ewing. The art is by Janoy Lindsay. And this is a DC Comics that was originally first released on April 2nd, 2025. The Comic Book Roundup website has a critic rating of this at an 8.6 and a user rating at an 8.3. My written review on that site under Nerd Dad Brad is this. That's a 9.5. This is a Green Lantern book I've been waiting for. I love the lanterns, but on the main Earth, it's just gotten way too complicated. It's why I really like the absolute versions of the characters. I think this is my favorite of the newest stories, The Flash, Martian Manhunter, and Green Lantern. I can't afford to collect all 6 of the absolute titles. I'm going to have to pick 3. This will be one of them. I think Al Ewing is a great choice for the story. I love that it feels very horror sci-fi. I really dig the beginning of the story. Al had me hooked from the first page, and the art by Janoy Lindsay is equally great. This is a great team, and I hope they stick around. I can't wait to see where it goes. So let's go ahead and move on to some critic reviews. We're going to start off with a 10. That's right, we got a good review from Geek Dad, Ray Goldfield. He says this. This is a critic review, by the way. This feels like it's going to be one of the darkest books in the line, which is a very big change for the Green Lanterns line. And it's absolutely one of the most ambitious, as it brings truly unpredictable cosmic forces to Earth. 100%, dude. 100%, man. Let's do another one. I got another 10. This one is a 10 from Comics Online, Matt Cerniker. Having read an advanced copy of Absolute Green Lantern #1, I can say that I'm all in. I see what you did there. For another title with DC. Just like the other Absolute titles, this series latches onto the assumption that these characters can still exist with engaging narratives, even if some of their key attributes are stripped away. Unlike other reboots or alternate takes from years past, this iteration isn't beholden to everything that has come before. With the decades of history, it can be a lot for readers to keep up with. Absolute Green Lantern is a character study done right, with a story that captivates the essence of everything that makes these heroes compelling. We've never seen a Green Lantern story like this, and just like the other titles in this line, it feels like a story that is going to resonate with readers. Make sure you add this one to your pull list. Dude, you're right on, man. I can't argue with any of that. So let's keep this good train going. I got an 8.0 from Get Your Comic On, Christopher Mills. It's a solid start to the Absolute Green Lanterns, with roles being reversed, with a mystery being brought into the fray of things, which seems to be a common factor with a few of these Absolute titles. If the next few issues can give us details on what took place in Evergreen, Nevada, then I believe this will easily be an Absolute title that stays a favorite. Yeah, man. I'm in for it. I can't wait to explore a little bit. I mean, I know we got we're going into issue 6s and 7s in the first 3, and then 1 on the second 3. So we got a little bit of catching up to do, and I'm here for it all. All right, so we have a 5.0. We'll call this a bad. All right, so this is a bad review, and then a 5.0, if you want to call right in the middle bad, from Comic Book Revolution, Kevin Lanes. Absolute Green Lantern #1 shows potential, but ends up faltering with how quickly the whole book of the story is spoiled early on. The structure of how the story unfolds leaves a lot to be desired, as Hal Jordan dominates so much of this issue. While this debut is a swing and a miss, there is some hope created that Al Ewing and Janoy Lindsay will connect better in the future issues. Man, I disagree with you. I think it focused on Hal Jordan. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a reason why it focused on Hal Jordan and not the Stewarts and them. So I disagree, man. That's okay. Hey, we don't all have to think the same. Here's some user reviews. This one is a 1. Here's some haterade. Let's check out the battery. All right, this haterade is drank by Maud Benjamin. DC should have known better than constantly making Hal a pathetic villain while price gouging his variant covers to make money. Hey, man, if it makes money, then why not? I mean, you don't have to buy all the variants if you don't want to. That's the way I look at it anyway. If people are going to buy them, let them buy it. I got 1 copy, and I don't go in there looking for a specific cover. I probably should. I've been collecting comics long enough, but I go into the one that I like the most. And I got a cool one, I think. I don't know who did it. I'll probably look that up, but I'm happy with my purchase. Let's go ahead and here is a good review. This one is from a 9.0, and it's from Motor Rick. Love this. Give me vibes of Ewing Hulk run, Man on the Run style. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. I'm here for probably one of the only runs of Hulk I've actually ever read all the way through. I'm just not a solo Hulk fan, man. But I dig him as like a side character for everything. I mean, World War Hulk I've read and everything, but it's hard for me to get invested in a good Hulk story alone. But you're right on that one. And one more good review. This is an 8.0 from Floated. An intriguing reinvention of the Green Lantern series and some of its core characters. Even if some elements have been spoiled by previews, it feels promising. Yeah, dude, I'm in for it. You know, spoilers are spoilers, I guess, but get the book, support your local comic store, all that kind of fun stuff. I'm happy about this. I'm happy this is my first read of the week. So, with all that being said, we've listened to some good, we listened to some bad, we read some critic, and we read some user reviews. I read my user review, but now it's time to break things down some. So we're going to get into the lunch break point system. And here it is explained. The lunch break point system is a unique food-themed rating system that helps determine if a comic is worth your time. Each comic is scored across 5 key categories: story, character, artwork, entertainment, and rereadability. Each earning for up to 5 points for a total of 25 points. Bonus points can be awarded for originality, like a wild card, fog, stuff like that, or deducted for awkward execution, cringe factor. The final score determines whether you should pack it, a must-read, or toss it in the trash, because nobody wants a bad lunch. All right, we are going to start with the main course. The main course is just described as just does the story hold up? Is it engaging, fresh, and well-paced? And I got this down from 1, 3, and 5 points, and then I can kind of go in the middle depending on how I feel. To me, I mean, this is going to be between a 3 and a 5. A 3 points I have defined as decent but missing depth, and a 5 points I have as riveting, layered storytelling. And this is going to get a 5 for me because I think this was a really good start of Green Lantern, and I love it. Next, we're going to do the star ingredient. This is the character and the dialogue, okay? So Are the characters compelling? Does the dialogue feel natural and engaging? For 1 point, we'd be looking at flat and forgettable. 3 points, some good moments, but uneven. And for 5 points, iconic, full of personality. So for the dialogue, there was some, and there was like some talk with the cop and diner and stuff like that. So I think for all that, we're easily going to be in the 3 to 5 point range. So some good moments, but uneven. I don't think they're, but I don't think I want to go all the way to iconic, full personality. Although I think if I had a point system, I'd do like a 4.2, 4.3. Maybe I'll introduce that. I don't know, but we're going to round that down to a 4. Next, we are going to look at plating and presentation. This is artwork style. So how does the artwork enhance the story? Is the style memorable? For 1 point, be poor, inconsistent, or generic. 3 points, be solid but unremarkable. And 5 points, breathtaking visuals, enhances storytelling. So this is easily going to be a 5 for me. I loved Genoy's artwork on this. Yeah, I think this is the book that I'm going to remember his name by. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that he's done prior. I know he's done stuff. I probably own stuff that he's done. To be honest with you, man, the way that he gives this like indie kind of vibe and some realism. There's like one that I didn't get the face that he did of a waitress, but besides everything else in the book, I think was out of the park, man. Out of this world. This is a grand freaking slam. Great art. You're getting a 5 for that. We're sitting at about 14 points right now. Now, flavors that pop. This is the entertainment value. Was it fun, engaging read? Did you keep turning the pages? 1 point would be boring, forgettable. 3 points, engaging in parts, but not a page turner. And 5 points would be unput downable. Highly entertaining. I'm going to give this a 4 because I feel like it's in the middle of like I want more books before I can give it a 5 on this. So we're going to give this a 4. All right, and left. This is the rereadability, collectability. Would you read it again? Is it worth collecting? I am going to read it again. I am going to collect it, at least the first 6 issues. So right there, it's going to go right into 5 category for me. And right now, we're going to set at a 23 before we get any bonuses or penalties. So let's go ahead. Here's my bonus categories that I got. I'm always looking for more. So these are extra season bonuses, highlighting special qualities in a comic, panel perfection, artistic masterpiece, instant classic, twist the hilts, comedy gold, cover art collectible, brain fog, iconic panel. All would get you them 1 extra point. Let's go through this one at a time. Panel perfection bonus. You know, I love it. I don't feel like I need to give it a bonus there because I think I already rated it pretty high. Artistic masterpiece, same thing. Instant classic. The comic is like a fan favorite for years. Twist the hits. You know what? Now I think they did. Hal's been a bad guy before. Spoiler alert. But this time it's a different kind of bad guy. He's not trying to be that way. I don't think it's enough for a bonus point. Not going to award that. Cover art collectability. I will give it for the cover art. I love the variant that I got. So if you're, I will give it 1 point for the cover art, and that is for both of the variant and the one that I got. Brain fog, I'm going to leave it. I think I'm just going to leave it with the 1 point, the 1 extra point. Now, penalties. These meal disasters highlight major comic book flaws. Pacing drag, art inconsistency, dialogue dump, crossover cash grabs, predictability problems, and cringe factor. You know what? Just basically, I don't see anything that I even really need to go into it. I don't see anything that's going to give it a penalty as of right now, which means with the bonus point, we are at a 24 out of 25 points. This means this is a packet, a must read. 0 to 12 is a toss in the trash. 12 to 16 has potential. Solid pick is 17 through 21, and a 22 through 25 packet, a must read. Is going to find its place right there in the lunch break point system. at 24 to 25 points, so you should definitely pack it. All right, the lunch break point system has spoken, but what do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments. Join the conversation. Find me on Letterboxd at NerdDadBrad, YouTube at NerdPositive1, Facebook at NerdPositive, TikTok at NerdPositive1, and X at NerdDadBrad. Thanks for tuning in to Lunch Break Reviews. For more bite-sized takes on the latest comics, TV shows, and blockbusters, be sure to follow, share, and rate the show with 5 stars. Want to join the conversation or be a guest on a future episode? Reach out. You might find yourself on the next Lunch Break special. Until next time, keep your lunch packed and your comics stacked. And we're just a little bit over 15 minutes, so you still got some time to eat. Have a good day. Bye-bye.